Hi guys, welcome to another video. My name is Sinbad the Farmerman, and I welcome you to the first of many in the series How to Animals. Um, and today we're going to look at chickens because they're the easiest, at the same time the first one you get, and the ones that will help you start your journey. Let's do a quick look at the chickens so we know what's going on and what we have to do. Well, the rooster is already saying hello, so that's already working. Let's get in there and we can see the animal dealer and our own farm. In the right corner, we see our own farm. We have 3 of the 30 chickens possible. We have a rooster and 2 0-month-old chickens. Now, you can do many things at this point. You can say, okay, load them up with 0-month-old chickens. Then those are the cheapest, but at the same time, they won't yield you eggs immediately, and they take 6 months to become able to reproduce. So my tip would be buy the 6-month-old chickens. Now, for your own fun, I would say buy a limited amount and do not fill the farm because, well, seeing new chicks being born and your farm and your amount of chickens grow naturally, to me is a lot nicer. So we're gonna buy 10 of these somewhat adult chickens already. It will cost you 500 and a fee of 50. Now this fee is because you have them transported over and you don't get them with your own wagons. If later in the game you have your own wagons, this fee will disappear. This fee will exist on all the animals if you have them brought over, but if you pick them up yourself, this fee will disappear. Now for now, let's buy them. We've got 10 chickens. And let's check upon the chickens because this is the way you will look at them the most. Go into menu in the right top corner of your screen. Go to animals in the left bottom corner now, and you will have an overview of your chicken pasture. All the other animals will come into this list as well, but for now you only have chickens. Now the chickens show you that they are 0% health, 0% on reproduction. The productivity is 0, they have 0 eggs yet, and the total capacity of food is 0 as well, which means we have to feed our chicken. Now, for feeding the chicken, they gave you everything you need at the start of the game. As you can see, very sloppily, I took down two rows of weeds because that's about all you need for 1 month of chickens. As I gave the tip in the other video, just mow this down, put it in the silo, so you will have chicken feed for months, not or even years. Now, for now, we have only 13 chickens, so they probably won't go through a full froth very quickly. We're still gonna give it to them. So we jump into the messy. Under our silo, we see the check mark, which we're going to use. We see 1,244 liters of wheat. Say start. We're going to take it all. That will take even less than a second. And we're going to drive over to the chickens. Now, this part is a bit finicky because it's not 100% clear what you have to do. We're going to drive over. You see the offloading icon. And you're going to very slowly drive over till you hear somewhat of a chime. There we go. The animation starts. And she's gonna fill her up. Well, it's a no spare capacity for wheat. Let's see. We go to animals and we see, all right, the entire food capacity is filled. They only need one type of food, so grain, which is then immediately 100%. Super nice, but only 750 liters. Now, 13 chickens. I'm very interested as to how much they're gonna use. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna put our weeds away again, back into the silo, because in the end that's the goal of that's the place where we can keep, and we can use the wagon for something else. Put it away and bring it back to the place where we found it, which is under our silo. Perfect. Put it down again, and we've basically done everything with the chickens that we have to. We fed them, we bought some, but now I want to show you that when time goes over, they will become healthy. So very quickly, we're just gonna go over 1 day or 1 month in this game, because where in the computer game you have multiple days in a month, or you can choose to have that. Here sadly you only have 1 day. Doesn't matter. Since we're a lazy farmer, we're gonna sleep till 9 o'clock in the morning and have them basically work through an entire month. This, by the way, always finish your fields. I didn't do that. They can be withered now. Um, but just for the sake of explanation, we went on with it. Now, September morning, 9 o'clock, as we can see, some things happened here because besides the fact that yeah, they lived with us for a month, they've given us eggs. As you can see, yeah, logical, but this is what we need. So let's go over to animals. Let's look. We've got 54 pieces of eggs, and as you can see, our 13 chickens used, well, not even 100 liters of food in 1 month. And that's my point. Like, if you harvest the entire field of wheat that they give you at the start, chickens will have food for days. But with that being said, I've explained everything you need for chickens. They're cheap. You have the pasture already, so you don't have to unlock it by buying it, which will be the case for all the other animals in this series. So for now, thanks for watching. Hope you learned something, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Simbat the Farmer Man, and welcome to the second episode of How to Animals. Today, as you can see, these beautiful white specimen, the sheep. Now, what I will tell you in this video is about how much they cost to start up, what you need in line of implements, because as you can see, there's a couple of carts and wagons standing around here. But let's just start with the entire operation. And normally that would be go here to the icon and buy the sheep. Now the sheep stall will cost you, don't hold me exactly to it, but I believe $100,000. Now $100,000 is only the start. Sheep are not expensive, but hey, you can open this door. How cool. When you've bought it, actually, then you can open this door. And now you can close it again. Now, when you buy the sheep, you get into the same problem as with the chickens. Now, I reckon that when you take sheep, that you're already a bit further along in the game. So that's also how I will explain this video. So for now, you go in here and you see the animal dealer on the left and my own farm on the right. Now, as you can see, I have a very old 52-month-old sheep, which is still worth 1,000. They will be 1,000 till they reach 60 months old, and then they will produce less wool and won't reproduce again. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take those out. Now, we've bought this animal trailer, $25,000, and the Massey Ferguson 3670, which was our starting tractor in this playthrough. So what we do is we pack her up nicely in here. And since she can handle about, well, we can see. All right, so we want the 52-month-year-old moved to the trailer. We want all 5 of them. Yes. And as you can see in the left top corner, we can take 13 sheep with us. So for now, we will also take, we won't take these ones because they still have 23 months of, yeah, well, good wool. So next step, selling the sheep and getting fresh lambs. I will get back to you when we reach the animal dealer. Hi guys, so as you can see, we have reached the animal dealer, and the bill location in the top left corner you can see you can buy animals here. For the sake of reference, we went from here, the sheep barn, along this route towards the top of the map till here. I want to show you that drive, but something went wrong. So we have arrived at the animal dealer, and again the check mark has appeared in the screen, so we're going to hit it. And what we can see is that we brought 5 of our sheep. So what we're going to do, we're going to sell all of them. As you can see, as I previously explained, no fee because we're bringing them themselves. Sell them, make 5,000. And as you can see, they also give us the opportunity to now take all the other animals that fit into the wagon that we're driving. But for now, I'm not going to buy any sheep because I still have 57 or 58 sheep. Which can easily reproduce and bring in some fresh lambs without buying them, because I think that's the goal of having animals. Besides their product that they make, so in the case of sheep, wool, which you will use later on for the spinnery and effectively your clothes, I think that in the end the goal of the animals is to have your animal pen self-sustainable. So you buy a set of animals, obviously those are your investment costs into the animals, which you will always have to do, even if you want to go the natural route further along in your playthrough, or you would just keep playing the game the way you want it. But my preference is having somewhat of the natural route. So that's also what we will see in a couple of months in game, that when we skip forward, we all of a sudden will have 0-month-old lambs in our sheep pen. So this was part 1, and what I showed you was actually how to start the sheep pen and how to get yourself some sheep. Now at this point we have spent about $125,000 to $130,000. That's just the start. So let's get over here, because I put some other wagons here for you to show. Now the first, that's what we actually want to do. Now the first one that I want to show you is this forage wagon. Now this is one of the more expensive wagons in the game, but you will need it. And well, you don't need it, but it will make stuff a lot easier. As you can see, this tractor is having some difficulties pulling the forage wagon filled for 65% of grass. It wasn't actually the goal to drive here, but well, yeah, this happened. So we make the U-turn back to the sheep, because that's where we want to go. And what you do is, the feeding location is right in front of the sheep pen. So you just drive over, don't hit the sheep, because they will not like that. Carefully drive in front, and then you can hear that the wagon will start unloading till they say no spare capacity for grass. Now, no spare capacity for grass will lead you to then go over into animals, look at your sheep barn and your sheep, and you see that the total capacity is 11,500 liters of grass and that they're full now. Beautiful. Now again, same as with the chickens, they don't go through 11,500 liters of grass in 1 month. So that's why I say invest in the forage wagon, because you can feed them maybe 3 or 4 full times with one loaded forage wagon, and yeah, this will help you. This will help you a lot in the game. And then a trailer that I didn't explain in the chicken video, because well, you were at the start of the game, but now you're a bit further along, is this pallet trailer. Now you will need this one in the game to basically transport everything. There's only one, there's one sort, there's one variety, and you cannot get another one when it comes to pallets. And as you can see, all the products that your productions or animals create come on pallets, except milk, but we will go into that one later. As you can see at the bottom of your screen, there's somewhat of an icon with an arrow pointing upwards. When you press that icon, it will load in the sheep's wool, which is now in your crate, and you can do with it whatever you want. Do you want to bring it to the production, in this case the spinnery, or do you want to keep it? Now when you just start the game, you don't have all the productions, my tip would be just keep it, because if you keep it, will mean that when you finally buy the spinnery, you may even have an entire cart, a full wagon of wool that you can immediately throw over, which then will have your spinnery in production on max capacity, and then also never stopping again. Because let me tell you, and that's the tip for further along, when you have the spinnery, you will never have enough product from the spinnery for your tailor shop to have it run an entire year. So my tip would be just save it up, don't sell it. Obviously when you need money you have to sell it, but don't sell it, because yeah, this will give you the product to later in the game yeah, have the spinnery up and running at 100% the entire time that you play. But for now, thank you for watching. The sheep are doing fine. 5 less than when we started, but that was just for the sake of showing you guys. I hope this doesn't leave any questions. I hope you learned something, and I'm really looking forward to see you in the next video. Thanks for coming along, and bye bye. Hi guys, welcome to another video on my channel. My name is Sinbad the Farmer Man, and today we're gonna go into episode 3 of How to Animals. With the focus of today, as you already saw, our beautiful black and white cows. Now, this is gonna be a scary one, because as you can see here, these are in the at minimum, all the implements that you need to take care of the cows. Now, many of them speak for themselves. Some of you will probably know how they work, but I will just show you all of them. For now, step one will, as always, be buying the cow barn. Now, buying the cow barn will set you back. Hold your seats, and maybe your horses if you have one. $254,000 in game. Obviously, not in real life, but in game. Now, these ladies are making a lot of sense, so I'll stay away from the barn for now. It will cost you $250,000 to be exact. All the other vehicles you just saw on the screen are needed for a successful cow operation, because as you can see, the operation is not just cows. So you have a manure pit, which, as you can see, a manure point, low produce manure here, and also the slurry crane. Now, same story, yeah, liquid manure, same thing. Cows yield, so to speak, three products. The first one, very clearly and the most well known, is milk. Now, we have hooked this this small Massey Ferguson up with a milk wagon because I will show you where and how to get the milk out. Now we go over to the front of the barn, or the back, however you want to call it. I would say the front. And you go this small road and you go to this this safe icon. That's the icon where you need to be. So you're gonna drive over, and it's not the tractor that will respond, but the trailer. So now you see the check mark has appeared, and just like with the fertilizer machine, it will show you what you can take from the barn. In this case, milk. You would say start. It will load up the wagon, and at this point you can distribute your milk to your productions. And in this case, that's either the dairy, which is most obviously the one that receives the most, but also the bakery, because the bakery, yeah, they make cakes, and for the cakes they need some bread, need some milk. So this is part one, basically taking the milk out of the cow barn. Very straightforward, but very mandatory, because as you can see in your overview, the cows have a maximum amount of milk, as you can see under productivity. Now it's only 825 liters, but to my knowledge, it's about 20,000 that they can handle. As you can see, we're good on straw, but the slurry machine is almost full, or the slurry tank actually. Food is also saturated. So what we're gonna do is show you the next part. And the next part, in my opinion, is the age of the cows. Now, walk away again because the ladies are loud. We look back and we see that I have multiple cows here. So we have 12 3-month-old cows. Those have been born 3 months ago. Very nice. 12-month-year-old cows. They've been born last year. 21-year-old, same story. And we get on to the older ladies here. And this is something that you need to keep in mind, because 36 months is the turnover point when they will become worth less. So what you will do is the same as with the sheep, as you saw in the other video. You have to take them out, sell them at the sell point on top of the map, and either buy yourself some new calves or have the natural process run in full swing and get you some new cows. Like I said in the previous video, that's my preferred method. So that's also what we're gonna do. Now I've taken out my bigger animal trailer. Why? Not that you will need it at the start, but it's the one that you will get later on, and it's also the one that will hold a lot more. So let's see if we can maneuver this this long machine past the barn. Yeah. you didn't see that. Again, past the barn, and then we're gonna line up the end with the front. So yeah, we're fully in the way, but we don't care. And then we're gonna glide her in right here. Why do you not turn? So I did something wrong. But we let the cars pass, and we're gonna do this again. And I will see you when we are at the sales location. And we're off. And we see you guys at the animal dealer. This is one established farmer on the left over here. Don't you think? Implements, machines, everything well cleaned up. Lovely. So as you saw, the animal farm or the cow barn needs a lot of improvements. While we drive, let me tell you what is all happening. So you need the milk wagon to get the milk out of the barn. You need the slurry wagon to get the slurry out. Now, for your idea, the slurry wagon is about $100,000. And the manure as well. And the manure wagon, luckily, is somewhat more cheap. It's only $60,000. So yeah, for the two wagons, only $60,000, and on top of the $250 that you've already spent for the cows, you are well over 4 ton. Now, next, the cheapest animal wagon that you can get is $25,000. The one that we're driving in right now is a lot more expensive, but you will get that later on in the game. So yeah, and then you have your wagon. It's another $25,000, and then yeah, we have a straw cart and a feed wagon, which together is also a rough $85,000. Now we've arrived, and let me show you what happens when we sell the cows. Now, yeah, what happens? You will know what happens. Okay, so we've got 5 of the 36-month-old cows here. Let me sell them. I want to sell all of them. 7,500. Now, for your information, this is a very nice money maker, because if you buy calves, they're only $200. So say you load up your entire barn, which is I believe 65 cows. Is that correct? Yeah, I believe 65 cows. Then you buy all the calves, and then you make 1,300 a cow on 65 cows when you sell all of them when they're at the right age of 36 months, year old. Months old, not months, year old. That's not. Never mind. Just forget what I said. Anyways, so now we're driving back. This tractor is, this truck is very quick. As you can see, 70, 75, and climbing. I believe it goes 83 in the end. And when we go 83, we're like a rocket shooting through the farmlands, because no, it's not steerable anymore. So we have to properly lose gas for this turn, make the turn, go like a pro, truly like a pro. Okay, so we're getting back to the cow barn. Again, what a farm. Everything well taken care of. Anyways, so let me just whip in behind this tree. This will be a tight one. Let's see if the trailer wants that. I believe we didn't scratch the trailer. We did well. Okay, so next step. Well, I just showed you how to get rid of your older cows and how to get new ones, which obviously is important. But now let's take care of the barn itself. My argument again would be that you don't take the cows too quickly. As I just told you, we've already reached easily over 4.5 ton dollar in money. But another thing is that you probably need bigger tractors. So this is one of my middle-sized tractors. I can quickly show you. So not the small tractors that we've been using, but it's one of the medium tractors. The one that I bought, I believe, could very well be this one. No, 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 no. These are the ones that we have already. Those were the 3670s. And we went all the way to the back. Oh, it's even a bigger one already. Is it? No, right? Is it? Yes, it's this one. So the Massey Ferguson 8S305, beautiful tractor, smooth drive, 50 kilometers an hour, which makes it all the much more fun. So yeah, get back into the tractor, or at least continue driving, because I want to show you the next parts. So cows need silage as food, and silage is a product of grass. Now, in another video, I will show you how to get silage, but this is actually how to feed it. So this is the feed wagon. It's about $50,000. So at this point, we've reached about $500,000 for only cows, and that's not calculating the new tractor, which after changing in your old one or entirely buying a new one, you would already be at $750,000 minimum. Now we drive into here, and I just unloaded, so it will say no spare capacity for silage. But this is basically yeah, where you feed your cows. And now I'll give you a tip, because you can always keep getting stuff out of storage and keep putting it away. But what I would do now is, since we are here and it's in, we're just gonna detach and we're gonna leave it here, because the next time we will need it, it will be at the place where we need it, because there is no other animal in the game that needs this feed wagon to yeah, to feed it. Now next, cows don't like hard steel floors, so what they want is a nice nice straw bed. That's why you buy this one. This little straw wagon will cost you about $37,000, and it takes about a straw bale. Now, straw bales come from the swaths that are left behind by grain crop, and you can collect it into straw bales. Now, there's also the way of the forage wagon, which I kind of do like, but the way of the forage wagon at the same time is also more expensive. It costs about 100,000 more. But as you can see, it's putting in the straw. No spare capacity for straw anymore. The wagon is not empty. Now, same story as with the feed wagon. You can keep putting it into storage, and let me get out of this barn because there's no way. You can keep putting it in storage, but to my knowledge, I would say just keep it close. So what I do is I give her a little swirl and I put her right against the gate here. And then we go to the other two and the last two of the implements. And these ones are a bit difficult because, more interesting actually, because they are also used with the pigs later on. Now, investing in these wagons is about I'd say $160 or something. Yeah, it's about $160, but you can use them for both the cows and the pigs. So it will be a hefty investment when you start, but at the same time, when you've done it, then for example, when you do this, the cows is third animals and the pigs is fourth, which I would recommend, by the way. Then you have the wagons already. Now you back up the slurry wagon into here, and what you do is, again, the check mark has appeared in our screen, and we can take out 37,000 liters of slurry. Now let me show you something, how we can combine this with the pigs later on. You go into settings, and we go all the way back down to AI workers. Now, as I already told you in the last video, I'm not a fan of one of the last videos. I'm not a fan of having fuel refill on, so that's off. But what you can see is AI worker refills slurry and manure. So you have the manure heap, which is at the cows, but it's also at the sheep later on. So you can off, manure heap, or buy. So this will allow you to only need one manure cart, because it will basically drain both manure heaps. The second one, and that's the slurry, which one we're working right now, you have to do that yourself. So my tip would be, load up a certain amount of slurry, then put it on the slurry inventory that is either the farthest away from you, or simply the one that you want to use. In this case, they will automatically refill slurry from the pigsty. Yet, since in this playthrough I already have it, but these are the cows. So what we do is we load in some of the slurry, since that will allow the weapon of the implement to work, because with an empty implement it will not work simply. And then what we do is we drive over to one of the fields that we need to that we have planted and that we need to fertilize, because as you can see, Oh, never mind. This one has been fertilized. Anyways, you would drive over to the field, you will line it up properly, and then what you do is you see these. The fun part is it will recognize the field when you pass. Never mind. So what you do is again you activate it, and then it will activate itself. You see the implement grows consistently when it flaps out its poopers, I would say. And then you have a width of that. Now you start driving, and you will just see, not now, but normally you would see the texture change a bit. I will tell you that you fertilized part of that field. Now, slurry and manure are basically the same product. So they also do the same thing. In other words, manure and slurry both will give you will fertilize your fields. Now the fun part is you use a lot of slurry when you use it to fertilize. So keep in mind that you need a lot of slurry to cover big fields. I personally, from my own experience, I've had it very often that I was doing one of my bigger fields with slurry or with manure, and yeah, well, I simply did not have enough, even though I was yeah, at 30 or 40,000. So what I would recommend, use the manure and slurry for the smaller fields, and mostly the fields that are centered around your farm, the three that you get when you start your playthrough. The reason why I'd say that is, yeah, it will allow you to actually be able to finish those fields instead of, yeah, well, starting them and halfway having to switch to, I don't know, solid fertilizer or whatever. Okay, as you can see, I do not have this driver's license. I would just try something. It goes all right, I would say, and we have enough space to drive through again. And at this point, I think we have reached the end of the How to Animals Cows episode. What I've shown you is how to start the cow barn, how to get yourself fresh cows. Oh man, my workers are expensive. How to get yourself some new cows, what the maximum age of cows is, which again is 36 months. And how to use all the products. So you take out the milk with the milk wagon and you bring that to one of your productions, or you sell it. You can obviously sell it. Milk also has a value. How the slurry wagon works and how you fill it up, and how the manure wagon works and how it fills itself up. Now, if I have not told you anything about the cows, just let me know in the comments. For now, I will put the exact prices of all the implements in the description of the video, so you do not have to keep him to calculate with everything I say. And with that, I want to thank you for watching my video again, for being at the channel. More of these how-to videos will pop up eventually, and for now, I will thank you for watching. I hope you learned something, and see you next time. Bye bye. Hi guys, welcome to another video on the channel. Welcome back to the farm, and welcome back to already the fourth episode of How to Animals. And today, as you can see in my screen, we're gonna look at the pigs. Now, the pigs are maybe the most difficult animal to take care of. Not price-wise or anything, but more feed-wise. Now, we'll come to that later. But let me just show you the small amount of implements that I've parked around the pigsty to show you how to start it and how to take properly care of it. So first of all, I brought someone back, someone who already made a debut in the sheep video, or the cow video, I mean, and that is the big animal trader. Now, the reason that I brought him back is because the pigsty allows you to have 108 pigs, and let me quickly show you. If you want to deal with the other animal trailers, you have very high amount of drives up and down to the animal dealer. So as I can show you already, like there's two animal trailers compatible with the pigs, and that is the second and third from your left in your screen. So the first one, as you can see at the bottom, allows you only to take 13 pigs. Now with 108 pigs, quick calculation leaves us with, I believe, 7 or 8 drives, whereas the Silver Star can have 36 pigs. Now, and if I can trust my my math ability, that's exactly 3 drives to fill them entirely up. What I personally did is bought two and let the natural process take its turn. So as I can show you in my personal animal pigsty, I have 85 pigs of 17 months old, and these 23 are born at my farm. Lovely animals, and they're real money machines, but I will come to that later. Now, as I've told you in all the other videos, there's a certain set of implements you will need to take properly care of the pigs. Now, the first one, as I said, is this big animal trailer. Now, the animal trailer, I've put in the description, but is about $190,000 complete. So both the truck and the trailer. Now, the reason that I recommend it for the pigs is because at this point in the game, I suppose you've already played a couple of months through your playthrough, and well, the pigs again are pretty expensive. So again, my tip would be take it as animal 3 or 4 or maybe even 5, because like I said, they're pretty difficult. For your idea, the pigsty is 110,000. With the animal trailer, you add another 190, so you're already at 3 tons. And then there's different implements that you need. Now, in the last episode on how to animals cows, I've shown you the manure wagon and the slurry wagon, which are compatible with the pigsty as well. On your right here is the manure heap. They produce it more slowly than cows, and that's also the reason why the manure wagon or the liquid manure wagon is still at the cow barn, and the manure spreader as well isn't here, but yeah, you will be needing it. But as I showed you in the last video with the settings, AI worker refill both on the manure hip and the pigsty. So the manure hip doesn't really matter where you have your where you fill it, because it will take out from both. And the pigsty for the slurry, again, you can switch this up off by cow barn's pigsty. This you have to do manually, and this can lead to you having a big amount of slurry and using it all at once on the same field or the same area of fields without having to go over to the pigsty to refill your slurry wagon. Now, lastly, when it comes to prices, the pigs are pretty cheap. Their growth time is about 24 months, and when you buy them at 0 months old, they will cost you $200, and in the end, you can sell them for approximately $1,200. So that's $1,000 a pig. But like I said, and I recommend it in all my other videos, why not buy a limited amount? So in my case, I bought 2/3 of the entire pigsty, and I had the other ones, yeah, well, be born naturally, which then also will result in the highest yield, because instead of spending the 200, you get them for free, and they will still end up at 1,200, which will then, yeah, result in a $1,200 earning per fed pig. Now, here comes the difficult part, because this is also the part that I struggled with personally, and that is the feed. Now, as you can see, compared to all the other animals, for example, the sheep, they only need grass, chickens only need grain, cows are 100% fine with only silage, but here comes the pigs. And as you can see, the pigs have 4 different feeds that you have to feed them. Now, I can tell you what these feeds are, but believe me when I tell you, you will need a small overview. So I will put this in the description, but for now, let me quickly explain. They have base food, grain, proteins, and root crops. Now, as you can see in this already active playthrough, root crops are not mandatory to have your pigs at 100%. As you can see, I have 0 root crops in my I would say food silo for the pigs, but I do have 100% health. So leave the root crops for what they are, because the root crops in this game are potatoes or sugar beets, and these crops are super expensive and take you a lot of time. So do what you do with it what you will, but I would argue that leave the root crops for what they are. Now, base food for your idea is either corn or sorghum. The grains that you need are either wheat or barley. And for proteins, you have three available choices. These are soybeans, canola, and sunflower. Again, the entire list with the description is in the description, so you can copy paste it from there. And let me tell you, pigs become expensive this way because, as you already saw, both corn and soybeans are recommended as their feed. And well, let me tell you, both of them take long, are expensive, and yeah, mostly soybeans you can sell for a lot more money than you can use it to grow your pig. So instead of soybeans, for example, use canola or sunflowers. This will allow you to have the same result, 100% health, but you do not have to use your expensive soybeans. Now, last but not least, I will show you where to put in the food because, well, in the end, they do still need food and where you have to put it. So the first one will be my wagon with sorghum. It's not really filled to the brim because I've already fed them a couple of times. So we drive over. The first one is for the food. Again, the familiar animation will start and will drop in the sorghum as much as it needs and can handle no spare capacity sorghum. We have about, I think, 0.5% of load left. Now the second thing, and that's also important, that has no supplement, is straw. Now, just like the horses, just like the cows, oh, horses, I spoiled already a bit. Just like the horses, the cows, the sheep, these animals do not like it to have their entire stay on steel floors. So they need straw to lay on, maybe to even eat a little. I cannot tell you, it's not in the food list. So parking the feed wagon, and we go over to the forage wagon. Now again, at this point in the game, I suppose you have quite some money, so invest in another forage wagon. The reason being, you do not want to drive over to your barn the entire time. Why not? Let me quickly show you. The pigs are over here in the left top corner, and your barn is over here in this entire mess of implements and tractors that are lying around. So what I would recommend at this point, I think you have quite some money, so buy another forage wagon. It will cost you another $130,000, but it's 100% worth it to not constantly have to drive over. Now the first one doesn't accept straw, but here it does. It still says not accepted. I think I have to drive a little further. Oh, I think I passed the point. Let me quickly back it up again. Ah, you see, there it already went. No spare capacity for straw. Now, this again is the goal. Fill them up entirely. Let me check. Straw is entirely filled up. Food capacity is at 34,000 liters, which means they are completely filled up. And this will also be the end of the pig video. So, as I told you at the start of the video, pigs, take them as fourth or maybe even fifth, because again, they are very expensive and, well, basically also hard to take care of. Oh, that's the manure heap. Let's see if we can actually properly back this up. A bit to the right and then a bit to the left, and then walk it around. Oh, I think this is golden. Yes, this is a professional. Oh man, this is professional. So, unhook it, park the tractor next to it, because said in many videos already, I prefer to have everything put in a place where it's not in the way and it's also properly put away. So again, I think we have reached the end of the video. The truck for bringing in and selling your pigs, the forage wagon to refill your straw, and yeah, well, I always park a tractor close, so also don't have to drive over. This wagon, yeah, obviously you have to drive over to your barn sometimes, but I think when you fill it up entirely, it's, well, maximum twice a year. Twice a year in game. And with that being said, I think we've gone over the entire pigsty. I really thank you for joining again. This was number 4 of the series How to Animals, and the next one will be on horses. I hope to see you back then. I wish you an amazing day. Thanks for being here. Leave a like, a subscribe, or a reaction if you want to tell me something. And see you in the next one. Hey guys, welcome back to already the last episode of this series, How to Animals. See our colleague going, we will find him when we're done at this spot. So, welcome to the very, very last episode of the How to Animals series. And today we will focus on cows. Now, I've already planned for you to do some mowing because, well, the cows need grass, but not the regular grass, but the dried variety, which is called hay. Now, we've hooked up our 7R with the pottinger. We've got the windrower ready, and a new implement that I haven't shown you yet, but you need this for the horses, and that is the tether. Now, the tether is a very cheap implement. You will only need it to make hay, and hay is the only thing you need for your horses beside oats and straw, of course. So yeah, let me show you how to make hay. Because yeah, again, it sounds very logical, dried grass, but how do you do it? Because the one way that I knew how to dry grass before turned into silage. So let me just show you how it works. I will jump into part 1, which is mowing the grass, and I will see you guys when I'm done. And that's how we finish the mowing job. Now, this went very quickly because I chose to take only a small part of grass. As you guys can see, the entirety of Neuburn is covered with grass. And this will also let you, this is just a small tip that I want to give in between, because this will also let you mow grass and have silage and make all those things without having to yeah, well, use your fields to produce grass. So step 2 of the process in making hay, and that will be tethering. So we're gonna drive around the other 7R, line it up at the place where we started. This width is about the same as the what we're gonna do is something that in real life I would never recommend. Give the windrower a little nudge. So yes sir, windrower's out of the way. You guys didn't see that, I didn't do that. Now, if you can see, as you can see, the tether is about the same width as our mower, which is perfect, and you can instantly see that it turns over the grass into hay. Now, normally in real life, you would have to wait the entire month to have it dry, but luckily in the game, it's dry at this point. So again, yeah, thank you for joining for the part 2. We will knock this out quickly, and I will get back to you yeah, when we're finished. And I'm gonna show you how to do the last 2 steps, because we already have a Volkswagen over here to the left, and you guys probably know what it will do. See you after this tethering. with this quick tethering job, we have already finished. Well, that was a quickie. Not in the way you guys think, dirty-minded creeps. And we're gonna go over to the last step. Now, I would say drop off the tether right here. You can also put it immediately back into the place where you normally store it, but for now, I will drop it right here next to the soybean field, and we will hook up the windrow that we just gave a notch. So, line it up properly again, fold it out. This is my field, so I can drive through the crops. And now a small tip when it comes to the windrower. As you saw with mowing and with tethering, we drove in circles, and I can recommend you that for the windrower, driving in circles will become very annoying. Because if you drive over the right side, you have this point where it all collects it, and if you make a turn, then it will create this enormous heap of grass, and in this case hay, which then will result in a bigger swath that you can pick up at once. And that isn't really a problem with the forage wagon that we will use in a minute, but it is a problem with the baler. Just keep that in mind when you windrow. Just do straight lines. It will also, with baling, will be very satisfying, and at the same time it will work out perfectly. So again, just as with mowing and with tethering, I will put the mic down for a second, I will finish this up for you, and I will check in when I'm done. And with this very last pass, we have finished rowing up the hay. Now, let me quickly put this back where I would normally put it, because well, it's starting to become a broken record, but I just like to clean this stuff up and put it in the place where I like to hide it and put it, and so it's not in the way. Believe me, Neubren will become an issue when it comes to well, putting stuff away, because sadly, compared to the original game, or the PC or console game, you cannot build sheds or houses or stuff like that. So yeah, you are pretty tied to whatever they gave you from the start, which isn't bad, by the way, but yeah, you do have a lot of outside parking. Now, last step, we have mowed the grass, tethered the grass, and finally windrowed it. So now we've come to the part where we are collecting it. So we turn on the forage wagon, and we will drive over these swaths. Now, in the other parts I checked out for a second, but this will be so quick that I will stay with you and well, tell you guys something else. Now, as you sadly saw, the drone was not really working well with the tree in this field. Next time I will try to use a field without a tree, but this one was close by, and also yeah, well, quite the amount already for what we need for the horses. As you can see at the bottom, the wagon is slowly filling up. We will not reach, well, I think we might reach half, 50% of what the wagon can hold. But the horses, because that's what we're doing. I know we haven't seen any horses yet, but this is all preparatory work for the horses, and I wanted to show you this because I don't show you this that often. Plus, yeah, this is making hay, so this is really a part of how to horses. So, with this last swath, we're gonna go over to that small brown building in the distance. So turn it off, as I said, not even 50%, but yeah, who cares? It's more than enough to feed the horses for now. So we're gonna go over, we're going to drive past the village and past the bakery, and we're gonna take not the first one, but the second left in front of us, and not towards the house, but higher up on the mountain, because we have to go over there in the left top of our screen. As you can see, our colleague at the start of the video who was driving past us has already arrived, because yeah, he brought the oats. Because besides straw and besides hay, the main feed for horses is oats. Now, oats are one of the four grain crop, I would argue, or I would say, and yeah, well, this will yeah, this will be in one of the next videos, because then I will combine all these same header crops into one video, so you guys will learn and can understand how to do all the different crops. Now we've arrived at the horse barn. Let me quickly show you. This is my horse barn. I chose to have two horses. I really like my horses. One is Oni and one is Cowboy. This is Oni. Oni is a beautiful white horse, and Cowboy is a black stallion. Now, with the final surprise, I will wait till the end of the video, because first, as always, let's look at how to feed them. As I said, horses eat oats and straw and hay we just made with our grass action. So now we're gonna drive over this part. Possibly we'll say no spare capacity because I made a small mistake, but you heard the animation. It took some hay, which is perfect for the example. Now, if I do not hit all the lampposts and implements around, then the owners of the horse barn will be will be happy. Oh, by the way, that's me, so I don't care. But I do not want to put in new lampposts. So no spare capacity for hay. Let me quickly show you after I park this on the side of the road. Let's step out. And when we go over into our animal overview, we can see that Oni and Cowboy now have 5 liters of hay, which is no, not 40% of what they need, but I will even it out later. They have almost 11,500 liters of base food, and like all the other animals, they have straw. Now, as you can see, 3 liters of straw in a short amount of time. That's not much, but you will, yeah, again, use the forage wagons from some of your other animals or something to sometimes fill up the straw for the horses, because yeah, well, they need it. Now, as you can see, there's a couple of things that the horses will show you. Health, obviously, I just bought her. So as you can see, 0 months. We have to progress a bit to have that health growing. Puberty speaks for itself. These are 0 months, 0 month old horses. Fitness as well, because yeah, well, who wants a fat horse? And lastly, daily riding. And this was the surprise that I wanted to show you, because this will also be somewhat of a face review in the game. Let me go over them. Um, since we bought it, we can open the. Oh no, we can open the gate. Open the gate, please. Nice. Now we have an open gate, so we can take out one of the horses. Now, for those of you guys who sometimes leave gates open or doors open, don't worry, they won't run away. But let us do the face reveal, because this was the surprise I wanted to go for. You can ride your horse. Now, here you guys see, this is me. This is Sinbad, the farmer man. He's on Oni, and I will show you what you guys can do. Because obviously, just like a car, you can ride her and you can jump as well. So you can jump fences. And the goal is, in the end, because that's also the reason why you can actually ride them. As in the top, you can see 24, 25, 26%. These guys need, yeah, these guys need movement. And these guys want to be ridden around, want to be ridden through Neuburn and through the farmlands. They also want to see your farm. So for now, let us just do a quick run up and down. Oni has never seen the actual farm. I think he would prefer grasslands for his hoofs and not asphalt roads. So let's go back to the grasslands. And we go very quickly, go into our own barn area to show Oni the barn. Because this will also result in, look Oni, soybeans. Don't go through them, you will kick them down. Look, Oni, this is the barn we're working on. This is where your owner lives and works, and yeah, well, has all his stuff. Oh, Oni, don't go through the soybeans. Now, Oni, I think you will like it here once you will get the chance to come around more often. But as you can see, guys, so that was a small achievement. As you can see, guys, we're already at 90% of what they need. Now, this will take you about 2 minutes. But it's something that your horses will need. They need the drives around. They need the proper care of. Oh, Oni, are you English? I think Oni is an English horse because it took the left side of the road. Now we're on the right side of the road again. How quick do we think she goes? I think she might even go 30 kilometers an hour or something because I don't feel like the cars are really quickly catching up to us. So back into the mountains, Oni, a last sprint towards the pen. And this will also be the end of the horse video, because I think I've shown you everything. The hardest and the most time-consuming tasks, which is creating the hay. So we start with mowing, we follow that up with tethering, and then lastly we collect all the. Let's go back over the thing. Yeah, perfect. Oh, Oni, you're an amazing horse. Well, thanks for the ride, Oni. I will take off. Oh, we can even do a little back walk. Let's not do that. Oni, you were amazing. And as you can see, horse Oni is back into the stable. And let's quickly look at the animal overview, and we can see that Oni has reached her 100% daily riding, which then will contribute to her fitness later on in your playthrough. Now, Cowboy's on 35%. I will do that off camera, but for now, guys, I thank you very much for watching this last video. Let me quickly close the gates, so, as I said, they won't run away, but they might will. Oh, wait, before I go, I will show you, because this is a bit funny. Again, the straw is here on the left, and feed is here on the top. Now, normally, so you see, no spare capacity for roads. This means this is the place where you drop off your food. Normally, it would yeah, show the very familiar animation. Oh, and last but not least, because in the end, we want to be able to pick up horses or sell them or bring them to the races or something, and that is with this setup. You can finally buy a proper car in the game, which is the truck. Let me quickly show you. As I said, the animal transport. Sadly, the horses do not go into the Silver Star or the Noah, so you need the Belvedere. Sadly, as well, the Belvedere only holds 2 horses, and that's also the reason why I only have Cowboy and Oni, because well, that was one drive. By the way, love, because these are AI chosen names, and Oni and Cowboy are pretty cool names for 2 horses. So again, you need this one. This is only $22,000, and now you can quickly see in combinations that it goes with the Lizard pickup, which is only 45,000. So at this point in the game, horses become somewhat of a bargain. The horse sty or the horse barn is about $110,000 if I'm correct. Let me quickly look that up for you. Yeah, oh, sorry. No, the horse barn is about $120,000. Now, the truck and the horse trailer combined are about $70,000. The forage wagon, again, we don't have one. Yeah, we had one lingering around. And this is, at this point, you can argue, well, they take so little feed. Do I need an extra forage wagon? Now, for the lazy peeps and the rich peeps in this game, buy another forage wagon because it will save you all the hassle to have to buy one or to bring one over every time you need to fill up the straw or the hay. And last but not least, the horses. The horses are pretty cheap. Horses are about $200 when they are when you buy them new. I obviously bought these 0-month-old horses because, well, yeah, Oni and Cowboy will be brought up on our farm and will become, well, completely grown horses. Cowboy is agreeing with me. And they will become our horses. They will only know us. They will ride with us and with nobody else. And lastly, because I didn't go over that one, I believe, stage 2 of making the hay, we use the tether. Now, probably the reason that I didn't go over the tether is because it's a novelty compared to what all the other implements cost. The tether will set you back a whopping $16,000, which at this point in the game is peanuts. And that will allow you to make hay, turn over the grass and make hay. So for now, let's check out. Let's say goodbye to Oni and Cowboy. Guys, you were amazing this video. And yeah, you guys, the watchers as well. Thank you very much for following along this series. This was the How to Animal series on my channel. The other series will be on the crops and the productions. And for now, let me just sign out. Let me say thank you for watching. And well, guys, I hope I inspired you guys to give me a follow or a subscribe or whatever that they do on YouTube. Thank you very much, guys. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.